Welcome to Midnight Signal AI. It's April 10th, 2026, and we're back to unpack the day's top stories in artificial intelligence. Tonight, Google launches a modular agent design that could change how bots learn. Elon Musk's xAI pauses a controversial project and launches a legal fight in Colorado. Nvidia faces a hardware speed bump, and Anthropic's latest model has analysts sounding the alarm. We'll also talk about Sam Altman's robot tax proposal and more. Let's dive right in. Our lead story comes from the Google AI blog. Google just released a developer's guide for building agents with its Agent Development Kit, or ADK, introducing a new skill toolset. The big innovation? A progressive disclosure architecture that lets AI agents load specific skills and domain knowledge only when needed, instead of relying on giant monolithic prompts. According to Google, this can slash token usage by up to 90%.
That's a major leap for efficiency. Token limits are a real constraint in today's large language models, especially for enterprise or complex multi-domain agents. By adopting a modular approach where the agent can fetch skills on demand, the system avoids wasting resources and can scale up capabilities dynamically. It's a fundamental shift from the all-in-one prompt engineering we've seen so far.
Google mentions 4 architectural patterns, from simple checklists to skill factories, where agents literally write their own code at runtime. This means agents can become more specialized as they go, potentially learning new functions in real time. The implications are huge, not just for cost, but for agent adaptability and safety.
And for developers, this could lower the barrier to entry for building complex AI systems. Instead of handcrafting massive, brittle prompts and worrying about context window blowouts, devs can focus on discrete, testable skills. If this architecture catches on, it could mark the start of a new era in agent design, one that's sustainable, maintainable, and much more powerful than what we have today.
Switching gears to xAI, which is making headlines for 2 reasons. First, xAI has officially paused its plans for a wastewater treatment plant in Memphis. That's according to National Today and the Commercial Appeal. The project was controversial, with local pushback around environmental and regulatory concerns.
It's not often you see an AI company getting into wastewater treatment, but for xAI, the plan was part of a broader infrastructure strategy. Still, the pause points to the real-world friction AI companies face when stepping outside pure software, especially in communities sensitive to environmental impact. It's a reminder, deploying AI at scale usually means navigating a much messier landscape than just training models in the cloud.
On a related note, xAI is also in the middle of a legal battle with the state of Colorado. Multiple outlets, including Reuters and the Financial Times, are reporting that xAI has sued Colorado over its new AI anti-discrimination and high-risk AI disclosure laws. xAI claims the state's regulations are too broad and may stifle innovation.
This is a pivotal fight. Colorado's law is the first in the U.S. to explicitly target algorithmic discrimination and mandate transparency for high-risk AI systems. If xAI wins, it could slow the momentum for similar laws in other states. If Colorado prevails, expect a wave of copycat legislation. This is ground zero for the U.S. battle over AI regulation.
It's also interesting timing, given the pause on the Memphis project. xAI seems to be hitting the brakes on real-world deployment while ramping up its pushback against regulatory frameworks. The intersection of law, infrastructure, and AI is getting complicated fast. Let's move to hardware. SDX Central reports that Nvidia's Rubin GPUs, next-generation chips critical for AI workloads, are delayed due to a shortage of HBM4 memory. HBM4 is the latest high-bandwidth memory, and this bottleneck is threatening Nvidia's famously resilient supply chain.
That's a big deal for everyone building or running large AI models. Nvidia's Jensen Huang has built a reputation for sidestepping supply chain chaos, but the HBM4 shortage is industry-wide. It could slow deployment of more powerful AI models and might even give competitors a window to catch up if they can solve their own memory bottlenecks first.
And with the AI arms race heating up, delays of even a few months can shift the balance. If Rubin GPUs don't ship on time, cloud providers and big labs could face capacity crunches right when demand for advanced AI is exploding.
Speaking of competitive pressure, AFR is out with a piece on Anthropic's new model. They say the company has crossed the Rubicon, warning that business leaders need to act now or risk falling behind. Anthropic's Claude models have been steadily catching up to, and in some cases surpassing, OpenAI's offerings.
Anthropic's focus on constitutional AI and safety-first design is paying off. Their models are winning praise for balanced reasoning and lower hallucination rates. For enterprises, the message is clear. If you're still waiting to adopt next-gen AI, you might be missing the window to secure a competitive advantage. The Rubicon analogy is apt. There's no going back. And it's not just about performance. The story highlights how Anthropic is making their models easier to integrate and control, which matters for regulated industries and companies with strict compliance needs. The race isn't just about raw power anymore. It's about trust, transparency, and deployability. On the leadership front, Sam Altman is in the news again. The CSR Journal reports that the OpenAI CEO has floated the idea of a robot tax to offset AI's impact on jobs. The idea is to tax companies that replace human workers with AI systems, redirecting funds to social safety nets or retraining programs.
It's a controversial suggestion, but it's not new. Bill Gates proposed something similar years ago, but coming from Altman, it signals that even the leaders of AI's biggest success stories are worried about societal fallout. The challenge, of course, is defining what counts as a robot and designing a tax system that doesn't stifle innovation while protecting workers.
It also raises questions about global coordination. If only some countries impose a robot tax, companies might just move operations elsewhere. The debate is just beginning, but it's a sign that economic disruption from AI is now front and center in policy discussions. On a lighter note, Benzinga reports on some AI industry camaraderie. OpenAI co-founder Andrej Karpathy made headlines when Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang gifted him a quirky novelty, a model of Dobby the elf claw. Karpathy shared the gift on social media, poking fun at the gesture.
It's a reminder that even as these companies compete fiercely, there's a sense of shared culture and maybe some inside jokes among the top players. It humanizes the AI world, which can sometimes seem like faceless corporations pushing code. There's still room for humor.
And meanwhile, Sam Altman's turbulent week continues. Mother Jones and the American Bazaar are both dissecting how perceptions of Altman are being shaped by what they call cognitive distortions, the tendency for people to rationalize or demonize tech leaders based on their broader views about AI. The debate isn't just about what Altman says or does, but what he represents.
It's a fascinating reflection of how polarized the AI conversation has become. Altman is both celebrated as a visionary and criticized as a potential risk. The analysis suggests we need more rational, less tribal debate, especially as AI's impact on society grows. Whether you love or hate Altman, it's the systems and incentives that matter most.
And before we wrap up, one quick note from the business real estate beat. The Real Deal reports that XAI's new HQ campus in Palo Alto is attracting big-name tenants, signaling that even with legal and operational setbacks, the race for AI talent and infrastructure is only accelerating.
Exactly. Despite regulatory hurdles and supply chain issues, investment in AI facilities is surging. Whoever wins on the legal and hardware fronts, it's clear that the major players are doubling down on physical presence and betting that AI will remain a massive growth engine for years to come.
That's all for today's Midnight Signal AI. From Google's modular agents to Musk's legal maneuvers and Anthropic's Rubicon moment, it's clear the pace of change isn't slowing down. We'll keep tracking the stories that matter. Stay curious, stay informed. See you tomorrow.